have a section of 11mm standard wall tubing that's about 13 inches long, going all the way through the lathe. At the back, I have a blow hose set up, and I'll put photos of that at the end of the video. The front of it has been cut and is sharp. It needs to be fire polished, but in fact what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to do the fire polish, but I'm going to let the glass tubing shrink down, and then as it's molten, I'm going to take the tweezers and I'm going to remove the end, essentially sealing the tube. I'm going to make a test tube. After I've removed the glass, the tubing's going to have a pointy cone to it, and if I heat it further, it'll just collapse. So with my blow hose, I'm going to be able to puff air back into the glass tubing and restore its shape. My goal here is to make a test tube where the rounded end essentially stays the same diameter as the rest of the 11mm tubing. Later, I'll blow it out, making it into a bulb. With that, I'll use a different piece of glass. Again, as I'm working, I'm going to need to have my blow hose in my mouth. So I'm going to hold it, but I won't be blowing into it. And the reason I want to just go ahead and get it in my mouth before I even light the torch is because once I have the torch in my hand, well, I can't just set that down to grab my blow hose. So again, think about what you need to do before you light the torch, right? I'm going to have my blow hose, I'm going to have my torch in my hand, I'm going to remove this, and then at this stage, as I'm heating, I'm going to need to blow. So to make it easier on myself, I want to have all my equipment ready to go. Alright, so if I sound odd, like I am now, it's because I've got my blow hose in my mouth, and got the heat shield already on, start rotating it. Again, not perfectly centered, but good enough for what we're going to be doing. This glass tubing, a standard wall, 11mm, so it doesn't need a very intense flame. So I can actually turn this oxygen down just a tad, and then turn my gas down. That dialed in, and that'll be sufficient. Okay. Freezer ready. Glass is on, and here we go. I'm going to actually sharpen it just a little bit. Pinch and then pull and burn that off. And if you're not happy with the end, you can just repeat the process to get a nice, clean, even point. There we go. At this point, I have a test tube, but it's not very good looking. So I'm going to heat this up. You see how it's gathering? That's me gently puffing into it to restore the shape. That's me dropping my blow hose. Another thing you can do, let's say you've puffed it out too much or you want to make some other kind of adjustments, you can bring in your graphite pad. Use that. I'm just going to warm this up again. It's getting molten. There we go. And I'm not blowing very hard at all. I heat up the glass, it becomes molten. I take the flame away, let it cool for just a moment, and then puff into it to get me the shape that I want. If you get it molten and you blow into it, you'll cause the glass to expand way too rapidly, and it'll either just kind of balloon animal on you or even pop. And so at this stage, I'm happy with this. It looks like the end is a little bit on the thick side. I could adjust that by going back in, reheating it, puffing it out, but for this demonstration, this is perfectly adequate. This will be something that the only way you'll get comfortable using the blow hose is just to do things like this. Just make a little test tube, seal it, and make sure everything is as uniform as possible. And you just have, like I said, it just takes practice. I can stop this now and then just kind of take a look at it. And again, just looking at this, it seems fine. And again, without a doubt, the most important thing is, could I do a better job by hand, where I would be rotating the glass tube and using a bench burner and then sealing this off? And the answer is no. This test tube that I just made is going to be superior to what I can make by hand. A professional glass blower can make something by hand that's much better than that, basically perfect. But I am a chemist. I am not a professional glass blower. So the lathe gives us a mechanical advantage. It's a cheat code, and so take advantage of that. All right, and come around back. So again, got my collet. Then my blow hose. The blow hose is on a swivel, and so that basically allows it to just freely rotate. Focus. There we go. In case you're wondering, well, why doesn't the cord, why doesn't the hose bind up? It's because, again, we've got this swivel. And everything that I'm doing, of course, can be done purely by hand. But doing it again with our lathe makes it much easier, at least easier for me. So there we go.